The Tylenol Crisis of 1982. Tylenol, the leading painkiller medicine in the United States at that time, faced a tremendous crisis when 7 people in Chicago were reported dead after taking extra-strength Tylenol capsules. It was reported that an unknown suspects put 65 milligrams of deadly cyanide into Tylenol capsules, 10,000 more than what is necessary to kill a human. The tampering occurred once the product reached the shelves. They were removed from the shelves, infected with cyanide, and returned to the shelves. In 1982, Tylenol controlled 37% of its market with revenue of about $1.2 million. Immediately after the cyanide poisonings, its market share was reduced to 7%. Once the connection was made between the Tylenol capsules and the reported deaths, public announcements were made warning people about the consumption of the product. Johnson & Johnson was faced with the dilemma of the best way to deal with the problem without destroying the reputation of the company and its most profitable product. Following one of our guidelines of protecting people first and property second, McNeil Consumer Products, a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson, conducted an immediate product recall from the entire country, which amounted to about 31 million bottles and a loss of more than $100 million. Additionally, they halted all advertisement for the product. Although Johnson & Johnson knew they were not responsible for the tampering of the product, they assumed responsibility by ensuring public safety first and recalled all of their capsules from the market. In fact, in February of 1986, when a woman was reported dead from cyanide poisoning in Tylenol capsules, Johnson & Johnson permanently removed all of the capsules from the market. Once the product was removed from the market, Johnson & Johnson had to come up with a campaign to reintroduce its product and restore confidence back to the consumer. Number 1. Tylenol products were reintroduced containing a triple-seal tamper-resistant packaging. It became the first company to comply with the Food and Drug Administration mandate of tamper-resistant packaging. Furthermore, they promoted couplets which are more resistant to tampering. Second, in order to motivate consumers to buy the product, they offered a $2.50 off coupon on the purchase of their product. They were available in the newspapers as well as by calling a toll-free number. Number 3. To recover lost stock from the crisis, Johnson & Johnson made a new pricing program that gave consumers up to 25% of the purchase of the product. And lastly, number 4. Over 2,250 salespeople made presentations for the medical community to restore confidence on the product. As a final step of Johnson & Johnson's public relations plan, the company offered to exchange all Tylenol capsules that had already been purchased for Tylenol tablets. It was estimated that millions of bottles of Tylenol capsules were in consumers' homes at the time. Although this proposition cost Johnson & Johnson million more dollars, and there may not have been a single drop of cyanide in any of the capsules they replaced, the company made this choice on their own initiative in order to preserve their reputation.